have two phones. I just ran out of room on my other phone, and this phone looks so different. I like the settings. Either way, this phone is actually my backup phone. I ran out of room on my other phone. I'm uploading a video. Welcome to this video. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing this now moment with myself and with one another. If you haven't seen these videos, welcome back if you have. My intention is always oneness and unity. I started doing another video. It was a little slower of a start. This is number 2. This was inspired, well, I've been channeling about it, so to speak. Basically, I'm just connecting with me, my higher self that knows more than I do in the 3D skin suit level, but my skin suit is a tool. I am part of a technology-based system on Mother Earth that is able to download and receive and share information, as are all of you. So I had a lot of messages coming through, and then another sister had messaged me about these sleeping giants, and I thought that's so funny because I had just been kind of in flow about this. So I invite you to go back and watch the first video. I'm going to just continue. I don't know how much room I have left on this, so apologies if this cuts out beforehand. I'll have to do maybe 3 videos, but I'm going to do my best to end this on this video. So we were talking about the crystals in the earth awakening, and what I'm seeing is that they were essentially shut down. We were disconnected from them. They were disconnected from us. Temporarily put on hold is essentially what, and protected. I'm seeing some of them were not, and some of them were. Like there were certain beings or energies that were put in place to essentially, I'm hearing like the cloak of invisibility, like they were hidden so that they couldn't be used for the wrong reasons. And that's a whole other, I'm not even going to go into that because my intention is not to go into good or bad or wrong or right, because ultimately that ship has sailed for myself, from my perspective. This is more about the energies that a lot of people are feeling. So as a recap, a lot of people are feeling a lot of shift in their bones, and they're showing me that there's about to be a huge, and there is being a huge activation within us and within Mother Earth, not just in one place, but many. I attribute it to like a volcano, and they were showing me a coronal mass evacuation essentially, as well as other terms, but what they're also showing me is that's part of the reason so many people are having headaches. We're feeling that on a cellular level. It's a buildup literally in our bones, in our blood. Our architecture is not only changing and morphing. I'm hearing crackle and rose, get on board. So it's like we're this rose and we're crackling and then essentially unfolding into this flowered arrangement. And that's happening in the earth as well in multiple areas. And essentially because we are holding space, we are holding vibrations, light workers and grid workers of the world unite. We are holding this space and this pattern so that this could happen. And we're doing it together. So I'm just gonna go back into a little bit of flow about that, which I kind of already am in flow, but I had been seeing these ginormous crystals essentially turning back on, almost like a battery. The sun is key to this, and they're showing me that that's part of the reason why it's so important for us to get into the sun. So my friend Kat was getting this beautiful message from her guides, like, get out in the sun. Mahana, get out in the sun, you know, the rays of the sun. And we are all conduits. So yes, there is stuff going on to where there's this idea that the sun is being blocked right now, and ultimately it's not going to work. So I'm not going to, again, I want to stick with love and light. Bottom line is, the more we connect with our feet on the earth, the more we get out with the sun, the more we get out in Mother Nature, the more we light up the grid system. So if you're someplace that you can't be out in the sun, you know, do what you can to connect with Mother Nature. It could be, I've said this before, putting your feet in a potted plant, you know, if you're in the snow. But the sun does shine even if you're in the snow. So get out in the sun, and in fact, the water and the ice crystals give such a reflection off the snow, it can be even more powerful than just being out in the sun, from what I'm seeing. So here we go. Here we snow, here we flow. As the snow melts, it assists in going through an atomic layer, so to speak, the layers of the atoms, this restructure that is reorganizing itself. And we are sending that information as well through the isotope. You guys have to write this down and play with the words a little bit. Obviously, this has physics associated with it, and my guides are like, Carrie, physics are obviously something that we can play with, but it's more for me, it's the play on words, and then that'll lend me into a more physical architecture, archistructure. So I'm seeing bones as a lattice work, and as we climb the ladder, as we climb the lattice, as we lace up, so to speak, as we zip up, zing up, our architecture ignites. Within this ignition, we turn the key, we turn the spark, we are the spark, we are the sparkle. Clay, we remold the clay, we are reunifying with play. I'm also seeing back to like playing on with clay, like what is it made of? What does it create? How can it be formed? How is it molding? We are the clay. We are not only molding ourselves, we are assisting in the reorganizational structure of Mother Earth and her own, I'm hearing atrophy. So this is a reference again to that has been unmoving is now being reawakened. And I had been having all these references to zombies. Lots of layers on that, which I'll get into another time. There is much at play here, for we reorganize the words, we reorganize the wording, and as we reorganize the wording within the vowels, the vowel groups, the architecture changes as well. We restructure certain keys, codons, and frequencies within the play, within the interdynamical, diabolical. They're showing me this is like more of a reference to like like what is it, diabolic, like when you're measuring your it has to do with the body. So they're showing me like dial up, a ball, diabol, ickle, the lyrics. In training, a new membrane system, a new remembering system, a new remembrance, ants. So they're tying in all of this structure that I've been talking about. You guys, this is so multidimensional. The plays on words are literally like a 5D puzzle. There's pieces up here, there's pieces down here. That piece shifts and then does this. So now we're tying this together, and then it does this, 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 and then it does this. That's literally like Tetris. Those are the puzzle pieces. We hone in on the words in this particular transmission, for the keys lie within the kingdom. The kingdom, the crown is being worn. Get rid of, release, realize that the Game of Thrones is over. The crown of thorns has been removed. For they're showing me it's like a phantom limb. So many people are feeling this concept. A lot of this is a phantom limb, where you still feel it, but it's not really there. But it is, because everything is holographic imprinting. But we can recognize that this has been removed. So much is being healed as it is revealed. As it is revealed, it is healed. These layers are within the architecture of the body. So they're showing me hara lines, the hairlines. The hair is restructuring. They're showing me avatar also. I just watched the video with this really fun sister, and she talks about avatar. I'll have to find her link and share it. cool way, and a lot of the synchronicities that I've been seeing and that my other sisters have been seeing, and I just found her and I'm like, okay, yeah, same group, same flow, same synchronicity. But they're showing me this has to do with the lines moving through the body, and it's almost like our scalp is like zing. We are an antennae. And then, of course, whenever I see ants, I think of antennae. I think of the structure of like an anthill. I think of working together in community. And I also think of the ants from Lord of the Rings. The trees, the ants. So we invite you to flow, sing your songs of freedom, weave your path, weave the way that you wish to weave. Get through the weeds, for they are only a misrepresentation of what has been. So they're showing me like it's a has been there, done that. They are only a temporary construct of this phantom limb that we speak of. Phantom. Even the words that we have been speaking are phantom. More is rising from within, bubbling up. I talked a little bit about the burp, right? This cosmic burp that's going on. It's a lot of burping and bubbling. I'm hearing the bog of eternal stench. That's one of those days. That's a Labyrinth reference if you haven't seen the Labyrinth. They're asking me to play with that. So it's like as this cosmic burp sends out these dust particles, it can be a little uncomfortable. It can be a little stinky, meaning there's going to be stuff that comes up that A, we didn't want to deal with, B, we knew it was there, but we were ignoring it, C, we didn't know it was there, we're like, oh no, that's awful. We could take this into so many layers, but that will dissipate, that will go away. It needs to be, because it's energy, it needs to be released. It needs to be, it's been bogging us down. It's been part of the bog, right? So this refers back to video number 1 where I was talking about these golf balls. I'm going to call them bogs that were stuck and they're being pushed up and dissipated, dissolved, right? Pulled apart so that the gaseous substance can be utilized in the cosmos to be used for evolution, right? They're also asking me to play with this. So it's Evil-lution. So this Evil-lution, we turn that into a solution. A solution, we turn that into live, right? So the evil is being turned around into live. So it's being, and this is one layer, you guys. This isn't all, it's not bad. This is a good thing. But they are showing that there are going to be some more revealings. And there are going to be some things that might be viewed as evil, but it is being utilized for life because we're in a new phase of development and it has to be brought up. Otherwise, it's toxic. This makes sense because they had been showing me a picture earlier of a bud, of a rosebud, and the rosebud was being burned, or the rose was being, like when you burn sage and it starts to like fold in on itself, embers. They were showing me it's an ember being scorched, and then as the embers kind of fold out and fold in, a bud comes up from the center, and all of that is utilized and basically released, so that the new buds can come up. They're bringing me back into the crystals. So this is happening. Crystals grow. Crystals are not, when they're in the earth, they don't just sit there stagnant. They have been, according to some of the crystals. So we're going to be seeing new formations and new vibrations, new vibrancy in the crystal formation, because that is the bone of the earth. Another reference to iron I'm seeing a reference to iron and wine, that group, but it's like, so again, they're referencing the veins of the earth. So whenever I think of the veins, I think of like the metals in the earth, the golds, and all of the natural resources that are in the earth. I'm hearing the cup runneth over. So the old ways were blocking the earth from producing these natural resources in such a way that she was meant to. Just as we were blocked from producing and connecting with our natural resources, our natural ancestors, our natural calling, our natural heritage, the call of the wild. We are being brought back into that. I'm hearing Jack of all trades. Jack London, I think he wrote The Call of the Wild. London is calling. I'm also seeing reference to the werewolves of London. Again, the wolves are even changing. It's like this crack, snap, crackle, pop in the bones and morphing back into the formation that we were meant to be forming into. Rather than conforming, we are now co-creating in this other formation. Becoming the beautiful crystalline structures and the So I'm actually just going to keep this a short video. I can't believe it. Of course, it's video number 2. So I'm going to end on that note, literally this note, this vibration that's coming through. And I just want to say that when I share these messages, or when any light worker shares messages of love, and whether it be form, flow, song, dance, movement, words, singing, messages, channeled or otherwise, we are channels, so it is felt. It can be felt in the body. It can be seen through vision. It can be heard in a different way. Different words can come in. It can be, there's so much that goes on with these activations. And so I invite you to be open, to listen with ears to hear and see with eyes to see, rather than just what's in front, which of course if you've made it this far in the video you probably already are. That's what we're doing together. And I just wanted to say briefly, I'm going to end on that note. In love and light, guys, have fun co-creating. Namaste.